Alright, hello everyone, it's Origami Dog, and we're back with some more Caves of Quad. Got a little bit carried away last time. The episode's a little bit longer than I normally do. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and try and explore some of... what's it called again? So, explore some of this ruin and get to Redrock. I'm gonna hopefully not die. We'll see about that. And, you know, eventually go to Redrock and finally turn in that quest we start with. Because honestly, the quest you kind of like are pushed to start at the very beginning of the game, the Redrock quest, is actually quite a bit more difficult than the other one where you go, you know, just collect some wire. Because just grabbing some wire is not nearly as hard as killing certain enemies, and the ones that are rather powerful for a low-level character, and taking the corpses back to the Elder. So we're going to go over there, going to finally kill some Gerslings, which we actually encountered in some of the other runs. However, I don't think we've ran into them in this one. Hey, I don't know. What's this? Ah, that's a... ow. Well, that is apparently a... oh, it didn't hurt. It's an EMP mine. Okay, that's right. We saw an EMP miner. Let's go ahead and try and examine it. EMP mine Mark 1. Disarm. 75% chance of success? I'll take it. Ah. Thank you very much. In fact, we could probably make some decent cash out of that. And we have some books. Let's go ahead and give them a quick read and see what we got. Hopefully make it to Redrock today, huh? Author's note. Together they wrought machines from her naked womb to inhabit the surface at all. The angler himself spurned the offer, but realizing the importance it held for those seafaring ears, so it was likely exported by the Espers, was too great. Above the ground, and was known thenceforth as the son of the Sunderlies, from the phenomena of light, east and south. It is as great Maghari as a pygmy lord, and is nearly midway between them. Following the regicide of Mehmet I, Quad inherited its first foreign-born ruler. The distance in miles of the free seer in a cubic foot, there will be he of course be 17,128 times that number. He sought a treaty with the blood of a pygmy. You must be seen to first of all. If one could get to the land dry, landlords protected their serfs, and the madcaps hunted their fortunes in comb caves, and the formed city-states called freeholds. Common remedies, yuck-wheat honey, are sometimes effective in reversing the necrosis if they are administered in its early stages. According to the hunter and asked which of the mirror, so that one half of the skin. Are the whispers true? Could it be of 100 earths? Then you'll break it. Ask a question. The frosty of these drops, we might possibly separate them by one who, although expert enough in experimentation, was not afforded so much. No wonder, then, that the scientific men are using a different key set. Unexpected... ugh. I'll tell you right now, I don't think I have dyslexia, but however, I keep saying the wrong words instead of the ones that are actually there. I read it and say the wrong word instead for some reason. I'm not really certain what that is, but it's something that has happened to me all my life. That has happened to me all my life. See, like right there. That have. I said have instead of has. I don't know, it's just a very weird kind of thing where I just used the wrong words one time. I don't get it. Anyway, unexpected deviation from the tarnished chrome. In the end, though, even K4, K5 could not understand it. I edged closer to the metamorphic Newman. Like, with this, though, it's rough going. But, again, that's probably the reason why I do this series. Just so I can try and improve my ability to speak the English gooder. You know what I mean? That was intentional there, but still, sometimes it's not intentional. Tonics may be represented by 7, followed by hyper-emotive facial expressions, delusions of grandeur, and a tap with the same time. The annals of Quad are our dear friend Euclid, in one set of leather gloves. At every turn in precise mimicry of worlds and stars, howbeit we are familiar with, and that endowed with the official ledger, allowed them to interested customers by crawling along an iron trellis. I write these words at his feet. I knew neither till they spoke her name. The mutation score of 10, though your mental mutations are static. What? Okay. For all the boorish king's might, however, he was not afforded so much. Failing that, you'll need to act now, and so forth, where 2, 3, or more atoms cohere so strongly as to feel as I watch them in awe. See attributes and weapons and armor. Danehold, founder of Clan Soter on account of a water vine. Observing 3 drops the attentions of man. The church has amassed a splendid collection of these hunters, unrivaled in their struggles to remain relevant beyond their seedling-like lifespans, managed to record some useful data. The penetration value is equal to your strength score because they are disparate in debt. Their debt. I keep saying debt with the B in it. Ugh. It's debt. With no, the B is silent. Their temperature is a measurement of how much electrical damage you ablate and how insulated you are frozen. You are offered 3 completely random mutations. Once the patient's mouth is purged of the towering bluff known as Slog, presides over its swollen pectorals and fastens a satchel to its hip. Strap this around your temples, it says. No Jasper, lost. Crab eggs, bizarre scuttling noise. Why boys and girls like to turn the crank of a stinking robe, flesh smears over the stage, and the moment of the sun dip lower. The particles The particles been increased in size in the coldest distance of space. They discover beauty and chrome incarnate cassifescence. Surely I owed my acceptance at first was that the direction in which you wish to bind the ability. Once you gain the new moon, at least 250 times the diameter of the largest communities of disciples of Barathum, the wavy will-o-wisp ripples over the Mount of Olives, but he was rebuffed and driven back towards Oth, was grim. Okay. You are skilled at examining, building, repairing, and modding artifacts. During the intense heat, there was a high relief cut from the nearest star among its neighbors, while for the former it appeared furrowed somehow, and sounded only comes through in waves. It is as through space and time themselves were ravenous, and they came wonderfully near to reaching the full deep blue in the heat. What are the benefits of cybernetics? What are the risks of cybernetics? How do I install a cybernetic implant? Goodbye. Oth is cohabited by a strap of intestine. He's always looking for some poor fool to help with his hands. It is called the Flaming Ick. 1 part sap, 1 part sap, 1 part sap, 1 part oil, 3 parts cider, and drank with a dense scale of sharply edged bark plates. That's not the actual recipe. We have the recipe for Flaming Ick right now. 4 observations made by a wooden haft. Made by having a wooden haft, sorry. From the great pale rocks that are his shoulders. Consortium records predate the obfuscation. It is stated that in the monochrome Clan Weniswool sigil is a high relief cut from the thinly inhabited districts. In other words, such a way to entangle their own claims. The storm counted 250,000. It's almost they have not been shortened. Your heat resist is a vision of a ruin at the labor that brings it forth. The higher your score, the less likely an opponent's attack will do severe damage to inorganic matter. Accident. In Axel Kytal's defense, Plysago probably should have stowed its shears before it chose to join it. Hundreds of Quodians perished at the bottom and suspended by a strap of intestine. As for my story, I've been wanting another apprentice. Someone that could probably better write down the story, huh? Look at this one, though. Read it. The authors note the afflicted patient will suffer increasingly restricted movement until the bones of the pygmy. Okay. Every particle of each streams a brilliant fiery flume, actually. Cybernetics implanted are... What are the risks of cybernetics? What are cybernetic implants? What are the most distant bodies of the clans of the true folk? Well, observations made by having a speed of about 90 miles in a circular way. When you have a missile attack, this following sequence of events occurs. Determine whether or not I deserve it. Indubitably, for I proclaimed it so. There was no color in the space before you. Oh, colors out of space, huh? Ooh, be careful of that. Your skills and powers. Weapons have a velocity of the precious fresh water than even the sons and daughters, as they course southward into the winter, and were substantiated when several merchant sketties were captured by the Dromads, the far north, before even the red light shines through. Then you must successfully identify them to shield you from the weight of your eye. Are you willing? It is a coincidence that Is it a coincidence that the kinds of mechanical motions into heat? Much of this ape are 2 distant ways in which the clothing is made. Redrock. Uri furrowed his brow. You are skilled at maintaining self-discipline. Weisterwort, I'm not certain what that number is, possessed no interest in ruling over a coin. In their struggles to remain relevant beyond their seedling-like lifespans, managed to record some useful data. Indeed, boy, though I've heard it told all kings are mad. Our lake is but a cub, a nestling. When my kin and I recall the roar of the glyph cloths. However, there is a caravan, a craven, cowardly test race. At first, one is apt to wonder why our lungs do not encounter an enemy or obstacle and perform an attack. But quo caco condensates are delicious. What are cybernetic implants? What are cybernetic implants? What are the shoulders of titans? Theirs are more convinced of this waif is the tanned hide of a stretched black fabric that sticks to the guild has been constructed which can bring about results sufficiently accurate for ordinary purposes. Open doors, talk to people, pick up items, all by pressing L. Okay, each sketty was made to combine to form haze before the gods with their teeth until the day before, when it languished in a smoking room, shows a marked difference in the heat. In autumn, after sunset, the water-covered dust particles become frozen, and the setting sun was glowing with rosy light. It was with horror that I weaved my melodies around on the other. The armor value, AV, that your weapon or skill powers. The coloring gradually increased, and the sum of all the qualities of combinations of those 2 years tiny organisms have accumulated in this clap. Ugh. That's a weird sentence, alright. But then again, they're all kind of weird, aren't they? Tiny organisms have accumulated on its colossal cap. If a stone in appraisal. No one knows the circumstances of Indrix's estrangement from his cheeks and brow. He's mad. He doesn't like his cheeks and brow. Oh, what a shame. As the result, convinced theorists across the alabaster fur of an inch long, so there can be deadly at very close range, but it is very striking. Before that, I was gratified to find that the rain had fallen in large quantities, substantiating the theory. Stop yammering, you will perish. Good, good, quite impressive treasure hunter. She'll encode her instructions for the ascent. Unburden yourself from the upper strata, the sunset effect which would be no coloring at all. Speak to Q-Girl in the ether offered resistance. It would share its home and teach the mimic dived into the muck. The guck, whatever that is. You must meet an attribute or power requirements of the Dromad caravans. Till 10 o'clock, the sun was not very accurate. You might reflect that if there were different kinds of matter is too strange. Okay. Are you willing? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the dust from the ancient stinking ground is light and faintly illuminated by the shadowy part of the air is very clear, whereas winds from the 3 of these forms a waxfall through the bowls of even the sons of man kept to themselves in the themages of the signal interrupts the incandescent stillness. Yes, disciple, I take this as a token of my dementia, but that I use the instrument 12,000 dust particles in a visible form give rise to a light but unbreakable plastic handle. Look at things by pressing space. Okay. Well, let's take this book and try to pretend it made sense. Okay, close the door. Remember, always open the door before walking through it. It takes 1 turn to open a door and then 1 turn to walk through it. So if you're just trying to walk through it, you'll automatically open the door in 1 turn and then walk through it in another. Meaning if there's a gun behind the door, you'll take a shot to the face and you won't be able to do anything about it before taking the damage, so too bad. Oh, is that a Dromad caravan? What are they doing here? What is this? I got to level 10 without going to Redrock, and apparently the way to Redrock is littered with cool stuff. Who would have thought? Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see here. Iron Dagger. Cracked robotics housing. What is this? Oh, that's a a silver nugget. I'll take that. More water skins. I need all the water skins I can afford. What can I sell him? Do I have anything worth selling? I don't think I do, unfortunately. I could sell a disarmed EMP mine. I could sell the droid scrambler. Don't really need these. But also my nuggets, I guess. Offer. Yes. Boom. Okay, from this point I can come back here with more junk and try and buy... Oh? There you go. We made it to Redrock. That's good stuff. Again, at Redrock, just like in the Rust Wells, there can be monkeys around this area. Which, you know, first of all, we want to murder them. Oh, he's still alive, okay. Back here. No, he's gone. Did he run? There could be monkeys here as well as, you know, legendary monkeys. However, I don't see any over here, I don't think. There's still quite a few monkeys around. Let's just go ahead and try and kill them. There we go. While I have plenty of bullets right now, I think, yeah, 200, it's not going to be lasting very long. We do tend to run out pretty quickly. And my dexterity is probably not high enough right now to really cash in on that. There's going to be a slime zone. Not really what I want to see. Let's see here, what do we got? Another slime zone. I don't see any legendary monkeys, so let's not really worry about it. Here we have a witchwood tree. And you can tell by the red bark, it's ready to be harvested. If I had the harvesting skill, I would be able to, well, harvest it and get their witchwood. Witchwood will heal you for 25 hit points. And it has a chance to confuse you. However, it does it instantaneously instead of over time, which is actually a great way to not die. Oh, there we go. Now, why do we want to avoid coming to Redrock early? First of all, the monkeys are not really that dangerous, but they can be in large groups. And there's tons of them over here. Finding snapjaws is also a lot more profitable than monkeys, because all the monkeys ever drop is, you know, rocks. And, well, darn, I wanted that. Come back here, you clowns. Come back here, you clowns. There we go. Can I hit them both somehow? There. However, inside the dungeon, essentially, it's a dungeon. Oh. Oh. There we go. You can encounter some very, very dangerous foes to the point where it's much, much easier just to simply go for... A lot of monkeys here. Stop that. 2 yellow monkeys, that's not good. There we go. Kill those. Yeah, it's much, much easier to simply go home and not fight them, because you can encounter slumberlings, you can encounter... I don't think you can really encounter glow moths. However, you can encounter spiders all over the place. There's plenty of young ivory in the area, and a young ivory can be the runner. No, the run ender by itself. Luckily we have regeneration, so it's not nearly as dangerous as it was before. However, it's still pretty bad. And yeah, there's a lot of really bad enemies in this area. Not only that, but the Gershlings, which we're here to kill and take their bodies back to the Elder, are very strong for a little character. Baboon corpse. So something killed the baboon. Not sure what that was, but hopefully it's nothing too dangerous. You can, of course, encounter legendary creatures as well, which, you know, you can encounter those anywhere, but it's a lot easier when you don't have to worry about getting past them to get, well, to the escape of the room, you know? Burn capacitor. You know, I should probably break up all this stuff I'm carrying around. I do kind of need this space. There we go. And the wall says, sound of rushing water below. Okay. There actually is the lake, well, river underwater. We can go ahead and hit up if we want to. However, we don't really need to. Electrofugue, yeah. The electrofugue is a little powerful for a first level character. So we don't really want to deal with that. We're going to be fighting the slime in one-on-one combat until we can blast them both with ice and then back off a little bit. There we go. One more turn. Freeze. Boom. It's gone. See, look, yeah, that electrofugue managed to live through one of my freezing blasts for over 16 damage. Which is, you know, kind of a lot when you only have about that much health. And a bear is here as well. Oh, bear. Bats do not seem to like bears. That's weird. Wait, is he not hostile to me? He is hostile to me. Freeze. There we go. Freeze. It's gone. There we go. Yeah, you can run to bears, you can run to snapjaw scavengers, you can run to all kinds of stuff like that. There's quite a few enemies down here that are fairly strong. There we go. Delicious. And it's considered the first area you're supposed to go to. You know? Oof. Dagger. Actually, there's a whole ton of stuff here. Masterwork dagger. Nice. Oh, I didn't want to... You can die now. got a... And you had nothing really that great. Well, there's a Dromad, like, right there. You can just go ahead and, like, sell him the crap if you really want to. Slimy short sword. We're gonna get everything slimy because we're dumb and we're gonna have to walk through the slime. Unfortunately, I have no way to get rid of it. If I had the fire ability instead of the ice ability, I would be able to melt it away. Or, you know, it's a lot less effective in terms of controlling your opponents with ice than with fire. You know, slowing it down your opponent's ice is a lot more effective than setting them ablaze, because when they set them ablaze, they got back, like, you know, set everything else around them ablaze, and I guess it becomes a whole, like, fire mess, and oof. Now you can see, like, there's these hallways here, so let's say you go start exploring, and suddenly, bam, you're now surrounded on all sides by Snapjaws. There we go. Could probably handle this guy in one-on-one combat. There we go. 2 more turns. There we go. We can now use our freezing ray to just kill all of them. There we go. But yeah, at level 10, we're absolutely surrounded by Snapjaws right now. You know? This knight's really strong. Not super strong, but enough. That's going to be kind of a pain. I'm wearing very good armor as well, because I found some really good stuff. Frozen iron mace. Invaluable. Slipped in my own blood. Or maybe their blood, I don't know. Painted iron dagger, nice. Ooh, this is a great one. It's got an item location on it. Sweet. Let's see, it's a story from the life of Urad III. Urad III won a decisive victory against the combined forces of Itara at the bloody battle of Baizolil Knot, where she lost her prize, glittering the bane of robots, during the course of the conflict. As a result of the battle, Baizolil Knot was so bristling with carnivorous geodes that it was renamed the Shining Quagmire. Okay, sweet. Well, we're definitely gonna go ahead and get this. Nothing useful here. This one can't wear gloves because of our... Wait, we got... Oh, I did not want the... Don't want the corpse. Get rid of this. Oh, we actually automatically grab the freezing longsword. Did the freezing longsword have everything in it? It does. Okay, let's go ahead and replace cell. Remove cell. There we go. Sweet. So yeah, you can also run into these guys with random, like, you know, artifacts. And if it's a grenade, they can throw the grenade at you and you'll die. Almost guaranteed. Oh, depending on the kind of grenade. Ooh, spine fruit jam. Hey, I'll take that. But you can see the sheer amount of... The sheer, like, amount of Young Ivory here. Young Ivory will do 1d10 damage, and then Bleed does 1d2 damage over the course of, like, 5 to 6 turns or something like that, depending on how quickly you can recover. Because we have regeneration, though, it's not a problem, but for characters that don't have regeneration, that's a death sentence. You start off the game with, like, your constitution score and hit points, and that could be anywhere between, like, between, like, 10 and 24. So, you know, 1d10 damage is kind of a lot. Grab the Jilted Lover. There we go. Go ahead and freeze that. Don't want to deal with the Lover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are... Freeze the bear. 2. Freeze the bear. Come on, bear. Dead bear. Okay, there we go. So yes, you could level up pretty quickly here because there's plenty of enemies that are fairly powerful, but you're also fairly likely to die. Get out of here. However, if you see one of these, you can actually trade with them fairly easily. We're going to have to kill this Snapjaw first, though. Because they like to pick up crap, and will generally have some decent stuff. Salty water, huh? Freeze ray, no flower. Okay, we're good. That's not good. We got a lot of baddies here. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna, well, not. I was gonna say back off, but actually we're kind of surrounded in all ways, huh? Kill all those guys. Yeah. See, we're kind of in trouble now, aren't we? we're no longer bleeding. Oh, okay, what do we have anything worthwhile? No, we don't. We're gonna have to shoot him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not good. Freezing array. Kill all of them. That's why we want freezing array. And our gun is actually a very effective weapon. So we're just gonna like stand here and wait. Fire, and I got all of them. As you can see, like I got jumped by something like what? 12 enemies there? Luckily you can rely on freezing array to knock out a good number of them in one hit. But I took a ton of damage there, and unfortunately I didn't really have much way to avoid that without going back up the stairs, which would not be a very good position to be in. Oh, okay. Go and tap in that a little bit, get our recovery back going. Freeze this clown. Yeah. So that was an absolute ton of... Absolute ton. Absolute ton of centipedes. Nothing here. We got a flaming staff, huh? Does the flaming staff have an item in it? It does have a chem cell. Let's go ahead and place the cell, remove the cell, then we might as well just drop the staff because the staff is actually not worth it. Cloth. Spires can die. There we go. Got our health back. We can just go ahead and blast the spider again. There we go. And... Whew. A lot of these centipedes. Is there a nest around here somewhere? It doesn't usually spawn a nest. But there's a whole lot of centipedes here. There we go. I can't just take it in a single one-on-one combat, but I shouldn't have to. There we go. Hand axe, black robes, nothing useful here. Ooh, a weird artifact. Let's go ahead and get that. But I don't know what it is, so it's probably better to just... There we go. Let him stand there. And kill the plant as well. We're going to disassemble this because, as far as I'm aware, the default grenade is not that useful. However, this is, and so is the copper nugget. Let's go ahead and take that. There's an absolute ton of these clowns here. Wow, I am bleeding real bad. Okay, freeze him. There we go. Now, as soon as I step in this spider web here, we can be attacked by spiders. And spiders are not really that powerful, but they're kind of annoying in how quickly they can just show up all of a sudden. So I'm rather injured right now. I'm not gonna try until I get, you know, a little better off. Or I can just burst through it. That'll be fine. Kill you. Miss. Miss. There we go. We got him. Salt occasions. But yeah, you can definitely see why I didn't bother coming here until I'd already done the other quest. Like the slime here. Oh, I'm stunned. Okay. Would have been a huge problem. And the spider here can also be killed. Be very happy to do. Oh, he's actually going to attack me. There we go. Whew. I'm going to have to go through the slime again. Get the web. There we go. And try and find our way down. See, we haven't even encountered the Gerstling yet. We've already... There's the way up. And there's the stairs down. Okay. Oh, there's a ton of snapjaws here. Reload our guns just in case. I don't have to worry about reloading right now because we have enough time to go ahead and just dance around this guy and freeze him again. There we go. Oh, a water skin. I'll take the water skin. Thank you. And now we can make our way down. But yeah, there's a very good reason to avoid Redrock until, wow, that is a bad setup there. Go back upstairs. Go back downstairs. Freezing array. Yeah, this is a very bad setup. You can see how far we're kind of in the middle of water here. So getting back upstairs is going to be a real pain. And if we're surrounded by bad guys, it's going to be a real pain to get... Oh, there it is, yep. There's a Gerstling. The one we're here to kill and take their bodies. And look, I'm shooting at him and not really killing him, you know? There we go. Let's slug. Freezing Ray is on cooldown. But the thing is, there's actually about 3 Gershlings down here. So you can actually get surrounded by Gershlings and then killed before you can do anything. If you're not careful. However, we're going to take this corpse. There we go, and bring it back. I'm carrying too much to move. I'm going to have to look at this artifact here. Examine. It's a thermal grenade. Okay, that's very powerful. We want to hold on to that. Freezing Bronze Dagger is fairly good. We want to hold on to that as well. However, I need to make space for this Gerstling corpse. What can we get rid of? Anything I can break down? Yes, we can disassemble this. And that. Now I need to drop 1 pound. For 1 pound, I could probably drop my spare box of crayons? May not, may not. What can I drop? You know what? This chem cell has been pretty much used. Let's go ahead and disassemble it. And there we go. We now have space. Luckily for us, scrap parts like that do not actually count as anything, as any kind of weight. So we can just kind of make our way out and hopefully not worry about much else. Oh, but yeah, we got really messed up there. Luckily for us, though, we're pretty powerful at this point and can handle it. There's, you know, level 1 characters are not gonna usually they can out that well. And I have like reinforced like chainmail and a pretty decent weapon and you know everything else. So it's not a good time down there. Let's talk to the merchant, see what you got. Let's trade. Got anything worthwhile? We got an EMP mine, got cracked robotic housing, we got some copper nuggets. Well, we could probably trade all this stuff here for a copper nugget. Oh, copper nuggets instead. The nuggets are going to be a lot more, well, a higher per weight value, so. Copper nugget, canteen. We buy the canteen, of course, we need those, and some of these too. Offer. Yeah. We lost 15 pounds there, roughly. Pretty nice. Whew. Now, copper nuggets are okay, but we really want to get our hands on some better nuggets. So we can trade in, you know, 5 nuggets for 1 silver, or 10 nuggets for 1 gold. I think it's 10 anyway. Because the nuggets are always going to be valued at the same amount. It's very, like, actual trading currency. I'm going to go back up to the Elder. We're going to show off this creature. Here we go. It's a Gershling. Infernal creature of the plague, but not for a millennium has... Why now? You see, my fire, 1,000 years ago, in the last days of the Sultanate, a series of 7 plagues called the Gyre spread across and throughout Quad. They were a long-stewing punishment for those who some trespass committed in the sludge of Primordium, before even the Sultans reigned. Okay. A scourge of Gershlings was one of these plagues, but Reshef lifted the curse. He cast off his crown and unmade the Sultanate. It makes no sense that the Gershlings would return to eat our crops unless... What a dark tiding this is! There was a rabid black-robed figure with the Gershling. That was a glow white, no doubt. These maniacal fools worship the Gersh Nephilim as gods. The Gersh Nephilim? The 7th plague, demons born on the moon's stare, quickened to life for the purpose of eating our young. Reshef cast them back before, but if they're returned, your discovery is invaluable to us. We are but poor farmers, and shepherding our vine reapers is all we can do. But there may be some others outside of Joppa who can do more. Take these prickly boons as benefits. I will not forget your service to us. Please return to us. Please lead us to muse on this. There we go. Got salve injectors and an Uber Nostrum injector. Very good items. There we go. Go ahead and examine this. And now we're on friendly terms with everyone else. Fix-It spray foam is great. And used to repair items that we have. It's actually fairly rare, oddly enough, despite being not very valuable. But, I think now's a good time to just call it. And hopefully see you guys next time, huh? We completed the quest, what's eating the water vine. And let's see what we can do next, huh? Bye-bye!